Hello everyone and welcome back to Cubrate AI. I'm Sherberry and I work as DevRel at Cubrate AI. In today's video, I'll show you how you can use QuenCoder Next model and Cubrate AI platform to generate complex production-ready code and system-level solutions. So if you're a developer who is working on large applications, system design or advanced backend logic, this video is for you. So make sure that you watch till the end. So before we jump in, let me quickly explain what Kubernetes AI does. So Kubernetes AI is a GPU infrastructure platform that lets you run, test, and deploy open source AI models at scale without managing any GPUs by yourself. To get started, you can simply start by adding some credits to your account, and on your first top up, you'll receive some free bonus credits, which are enough to run inference for up to 4 million tokens, depending on the model which you are using. So once you're set up, you can start experimenting right away. So let's go ahead and log in into your account. If you don't already have an account, you can click on sign up and create a new Kubernetes account for yourself. So once you log in, you'll arrive at this models page. You can see over here we have different use cases and the models are segregated use cases. And if you want to search any particular model, you can start typing this model name over here. For today, we are going to see QuenCoder Next model. So you can see a complete overview of this model, then APIs and deployments over here. Then we have technicalities of this model, model size, and then we have parameters as well. For now, let's go ahead and head back to our playground. So in our playground, you can see we have different use cases. We have text, code, image, audio, video, vision, OCR, and for each use cases, Qubit recommends some suitable models over here. For today, we are going to see QuenCoder Next model. So let's start by typing some prompt over here. Let's say we have already given this similar prompt in previous Quen videos. Let's try giving this prompt and let's see how it works with this kind of prompt. So as you can see, it has started giving us the output. You can see it has started with the project structure first, whereas compared to the other models which started giving the output first in terms of like script, it has started giving us a project first, and it has segregated every small code into the files. So as you can see, we have database model, we have schemas for validation, and we have database operation, business logic layer, API route handler, everything in different files. Then it has given us how you can install and what all things you should install. Then it has given the models.py file, what it includes in the models.py file. Then pydantic validation over here, and schemas.py file, models.py file. It has started giving us each and content for each and every file which is present over here. It will take some time to generate the code, and it has taken total time of 15.87 seconds. So as you can see, it has given us a pretty good output over here. It has shown like how you can handle the errors as well, and everything is in the different files. So as you can see, it has given an advanced code over here. So this model is quite useful and designed for like advanced coding tasks and deep reasoning, which is ideal for like complex backend systems, system architecture, large code bases, and advanced debugging. So if you need something like high quality or production level code with stronger reasoning, this model is quite useful in that. So let's do one thing. Let's tell him to add rate limiter, caching, and explain whatever you added. It's quite a dummy and dumb prompt. Let's see how it works with this prompt. So it has started giving the enhanced version of this. So it has updated the project structure. It has generated a new files, that is logger.py file over here, and what this file does. Then we have the limiter.py, which is a rate limiter setup file. Then we have cache.py. It has given us the cache logic over here. Then services.py file is updated, and all the updated files as well. It took 23.75 seconds, and tokens per second is 179 over here. So it has also given us like if you want to add more like Redis integration, then caching authentication token, WebSocket, GitHub Action. You can go ahead and try these prompts as well and extend your code prompt with this code. So this is quite exciting, and you can see how this model enhances the system with performance optimization while keeping everything structured over here. So the major difference between the previous models, that is difference between Quen Flash model, difference between Quen Plus next, is that the Quen Coder Flash model is the fastest model, which is a speed focused model, and which is better for like fast and quick tasks. Whereas the Quen Coder Plus model is quite balanced model, which is good for better structure and accuracy. And Quen Coder Next model, which is the most powerful model, and which handles complex system tasks, and it is best for reasoning and architectural based coding. So this Quen Next model is useful for some advanced use cases. So choosing the right model will help you to build a code base and handle complexity better, improve your code quality, reduce development time, and build some scalable system. So make sure that you implement these model according to your use cases. You can go ahead and configure using this model configuration settings as well. We have streaming option, we have temperature, we have max token, and we have top p. You can go ahead and tweak these model parameters over here. And once you're happy with the output and you may want to integrate it into your application, you can copy the serverless endpoint over here. We support Python, Curl, JavaScript, Go. And when you copy this endpoint, make sure to replace this placeholder with the API key. To get the API key, you can click on Get API Key and click on Create an API Key. You can start by typing the name of the API key over here. Let's say test. Then you can you can also set an expiration date over here. If you don't want to set any expiration date, you can just uncheck it and click on Create a new API key. So your API key will be created, and make sure to copy this API key safely and store it safely, because this key will be displayed only once, and if you lose this key you will have to regenerate a new one. So make sure to copy this and store it safely. And if you want to explore more, you can click docs. In docs you can see we have quick start over here. It is a good documentation to get your account set up properly. Then we have manage API key. Here you can see how you can generate an API key. Then we have AIML templates, which are pre-built templates. Then we have model quick starts as well, which is the model specific documentations. We have chat models. We have Kimi K2 model. We have Pen 3 Plus model. You can check these models as well. Then we have video models as well. We have P video over here. You can check out the prompt over here, and you can generate the high quality videos as well. See how beautiful these videos have been created. So you can go and type in this prompt and then generate a high quality videos like this. So that's it for today, and if you ever need any help, you can join Discord community and open a support ticket, or reach out to me directly on LinkedIn or Discord. We are always happy to help you guys. So that's it for today's video. And if you're building an application that requires advanced reasoning, production ready system design, definitely give Quencoder Next model a try on Kubernetes AI platform. And don't forget to like and share this video, and also subscribe to this channel. And let me know in the comments which model you're using and planning to use it in your workflow. We're always happy to see um, new projects out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.